I want to welcome you back to another edition of the Coach Chennis Berry Show, all things Benedict Tiger, and it's brought to you by New Creation Construction. Now, Coach, you know I got to talk about this right off the bat because a lot of folks are thinking about it as well. Benedict started off so strong, promising and hopeful, and you were the man. Now, I'm not saying you're still not the man because, you know, just because folks get nervous, they're not calling for your head.
Absolutely.
Here's what we're talking about. 3-game skid. We just lost this game 24-14, not without a great fight and effort from our team once again. Let's talk about it. We had some players that weren't able to play. Some things didn't go right. First half was like, whew. Tell me about what's that. What you thinking?
Well, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, we're in every ball game. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a game that we're not in. You know, our thing is we got a resilient group of guys, man. Mm-hmm. They've been fighting through it all. And we've had some tough losses, some close losses. Mm-hmm. You know, that got put us in the point where we've lost 3 in a row. But our kids are still believing. I mean, we met last night. They're ready to go. They're ready for the next challenge, which is a really, really good Miles College football team. Mm-hmm. But you know, like I say, man, we've been in every game. Our kids are they're ready to go. You know, mm-hmm. Ultimately at the end of the day, when you have those close games and you lose those close games, obviously the objective always is to win.
Right.
But we hadn't been able to get it done the last couple of weeks. And ultimately, at the end of the day, our objective is to be 1-0, mm-hmm. and we've lost the last 3. So we're still ready to rock and roll. Our guys are still believing, and we'll be ready for our next challenge.
Yeah, and the fans are still believing too. There's no question about that. Even though, I got to mention this as well, this is a season low as far as points, 14 points. You guys have been in the 40s and so forth, yeah. and even yards, 233 yards on the offense too. What are some of the things that you think, you know, are key factors that we need to do? Of course, we were missing some players like Falan, receiving Darius Falan, and then also Eric Phoenix was out too. Key players, but you still have a team.
No excuses, no explanations in this mm-hmm. program. Next man up. We provide opportunities for the next guy to get the opportunity when it presents itself. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So, mm-hmm. yes, a couple of our key players are out, but nobody's going to feel sorry for us. At the end of the day, the ball's going to kick off, and we're going to get 60 minutes to be able to get an outcome, whether it's a win or a loss. But, you know, we gave the other guys some opportunities, and, you know, unfortunately, things didn't work in our favor. But, you know, losing key guys is extremely important on any level.
Right.
You know, but, you know, you still got to play the game. Ball's still going to kick off. You still got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Into the trenches and do what we need to do.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Coach. So, listen, we had a slow start in this first half. Mm-hmm. Wasn't pretty, Coach. I'm up there calling this game, and I'm like, Coach, give me my jersey. Give me my jersey.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. We get a slow start. Fort Valley gets their second possession. They go on fourth, and our defense holds, which is good. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, our offense comes in. We throw an interception. They take it back 40 yards for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. What's in your head now? What are you starting to think?
You know, we put a game plan together for our quarterback that had to play that game to make him be successful. And we had a couple bad reads. You know, didn't do what we practiced. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it resulted into a pick 6 and put Fort Valley up 7-0. At this point, our defense is playing lights out. I mean, those guys are getting after it, really, really playing their best ball they've played all year. And but we end up turning over the football to put them up 7-0. And again, I always tell our quarterbacks these 3 things. All right, if the drive ends in a kick, you've done your job. That's whether you punt the ball, whether we end in a field goal or extra point. If you've done those 3 things, you've done your job. But when it doesn't end in a kick, you didn't do your job.
There you go.
Ultimately, at the end of the day.
All right, Coach, second quarter, what you do is you take Nate Harden out. Mm-hmm. You put in C.J. Hales. this guy makes a little difference in there. What was your thought process in switching the quarterbacks out?
Well, we gave Nate Harton an opportunity to start, and he went the first 3 drives, and things just didn't go his way, and the way that I wanted it as well. So we wanted to give the next man another opportunity. So we put in C.J. Hales, which is another one of our quarterbacks, and the reality is he was able to move our offense, and he was able to move our offense by doing what we asked him to do. You know, that's real simple, just doing what we asked him to do, and he was able to orchestrate a 10-play drive for the ending in a touchdown. So
absolutely,
he was happy with his efforts.
10 plays, 83-yard drive. Of course, he calls his own number, 5 yards out. He runs in for the touchdown. We tied at 7-7, so now we got a game going.
It's a ball game.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Fort Valley gets the ball back, get down to the 2-yard line instead of kicking a short field goal. They decide to go on for the 4th and goal and see what happens.
I tell you what, our defense really held tight right there. They are resilient, bend but not break. But, man, I tell you what, they played lights out Saturday. I was really proud of our defense stepping up and having a great game.
All right, Coach, then we get the ball back. We don't do much with it. We have to punt it back to the Wildcats. And what they do is they get it down to the 42-yard line. It sets them up for a 3-yard touchdown. They take it in for a 14-7 lead deep into the second quarter. And they later on get this ball back, and they miss a 39-yard field goal attempt. And this pretty much is how the half is going to end. Fort Valley State up 14. We're at 7. Where is your head? What are you thinking? What are the things that you need to do to tell your team to come back out in that second half?
You know, as we go into the locker room, you know, we get together as coaching staff first, and we make our adjustments. Then we get with our players. And, you know, I just told our coaches, first of all, defense, you guys are playing lights out. You guys are giving us a chance to win. Just keep giving the ball back to us, and we'll get it together eventually. And, you know, I told the players, just keep believing, you know, keep fighting. We're in the game. We're only 1 touchdown down. And, you know, they're going to get the ball first because they deferred into the second half, so we know they're going to get the ball first. We told our defense, let's get a big stop and get the ball back to the offense and see if we can tie this thing up. So our kids right at this point, they're having the philosophy we're 0-0. You know, every time we go into the half, regardless if we're up or we're down, we tell our young men it's 0-0. You know, come out in the second half, it's 30 more minutes, and let's finish this game strong. And our whole mindset for the whole week was finish. We had been in every game in the last games prior to that. We wanted to finish this game and find a way to win a football game.
What was their mentality, too? I mean, you know, you're saying that your team is like figuring, you're telling them they're going to go 0-0. They're going to come back out and make adjustments. Where's their head at? Are they fired up? Are they with you guys on this thing?
Absolutely. Those guys, I mean, they get into that locker room, they're ready to go. You know, they really believe. They have that mindset that they know the last couple of weeks we have fell short in the second half. So now they're like, okay, we're going to do all we can do to finish this game and end this game with a victory.
All right, there it is. That's how the first half ends. We're going to come back and give you that second half as well. Of course, this is the Coach Chennis Berry Show. It's brought to you by the New Creation Construction. Hang with us right back after this.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, inspired by you.
Welcome back to the Coach Chennis Berry Show. It's brought to you by New Creation Construction. And, Coach, before we get into the second half highlights, let's talk about our Coach Spotlight, which is brought to you by Lexington Medical Center. We're talking about Benton Munchie Legault.
My quarterback coach. He does a great job with our young men, and we're glad to have him in our program.
Let's take a look.
I'm Munchie Legault from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I coach the quarterbacks. I attended Etna Carr High School, and from there I received a full academic scholarship to the University of Cincinnati. During my time at the University of Cincinnati, I was an athlete on the football team where I played quarterback and also receiver. Most of my time spent on the football team was at quarterback. My senior season was cut short due to a knee injury, which led to my opportunity to go and coach. While attending the University of Cincinnati, on an academic scholarship, received a degree in organizational leadership. In order for an offense to be successful, everyone must be on the same page. It starts up front with the offensive line. The run game must be a factor. We must establish a run game. We must protect the football, and everyone must be on the same page. Chemistry, making sure everyone knows the assignment, everyone knows what we're trying to accomplish on each and every play. Coaching the Benedict Tigers means a lot to me. I was given the opportunity to come here and coach the quarterback, something I always wanted to do. It was my dream to be a college coach and coach quarterbacks. Coach Berry gave me that opportunity, and I'm taking full advantage of it. What I learned new about myself is how much of a film junkie I am. I like studying film. I like watching football, whether it's college football, NFL football, and I also like just the offensive line play. Just being under Coach Berry and understanding that his details and organization from his offensive line, and he's a guru at the offensive line. I kind of study and ask a lot of questions in the meeting because I want to know what's going on, what are we doing, the small details. And he do a great job of sharing that information with me. Out of my coaching career, hopefully one day I become an offensive coordinator. That's my goal. I just want to impact the lives of young men, you know. Hopefully get a chance to impact young men on the daily, whether it's on the field or off the field, just touching them, reaching them, understanding that it's possible. I'm Lego, quarterback coach. Go Tigers.
There it is, Coach Spotlight, and right now, Coach, we're going to get into the second half highlights as we jump into it. Now, we're going to go into the third quarter. Midway through the third quarter, we give up another big play. Wildcats get a 48-yard pass. It sets them up for a 12-yard run, which then incidentally gives them a 2-yard run into the end zone. Now they take it 21-7. There's 6 minutes still left in that third quarter, so still plenty of time.
Absolutely. Well, you know, at this point, our defense is playing good ball still. You know, they just had a couple of big plays on us. You know, we always tell our defense, you know, you can do a good job, but try to eliminate the big play. And they had a big play on us with that 48-yard pass that put them in scoring range. And then they end up finishing the drive. But we still, like you say, we got plenty of time. Those guys are still believing. We're down 21-7 at this point. And, you know, now we have to figure out what we're going to do. And offensively, you know, we get an opportunity to get the ball, and we just didn't do anything with it. But as we're going on this next phase, we're now getting the ball moving, okay? We're putting the ball, we got an opportunity to go down 7 points. We're driving the ball. We get the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line. It's first and goal from the 4. And a couple bad reads here and there put us in a position to not score a touchdown. We kept going backwards. I mean, we were moving the ball, explosive play after explosive play. And then we get close and start going backwards. And then we tried to go for it on 4th down and end up coming out of that drive with 0 points.
The thing that I saw, too, is that the team never gave up.
No.
Offense never gave up. Defense never gave up. And that's the case in point when we get into the fourth quarter and Taven Grice gets that punt return, sets up the Tigers on the 22-yard line. Hale finds freshman tight end Rashad McCain. They do some fighting to get into that end zone. And, of course, Rigoberto Tinoco, he's still perfect. Kicks it in 21-14, 10 minutes left. We're just down 1 touchdown right now.
We're still in the ball game. I mean, I was so proud of those young men. We had an opportunity, like you say, after Grice got a nice punt return. We're in scoring range. We're in great field position, and we went a play-action pass from C.J. Hales to Rashad McCain, our freshman tight end from right here in Columbia, South Carolina. He found a wheel in the way. It was desire, and he found a way to get in that end zone after he made a nice catch, and we was very, very proud. So now we're really in the ball game. It's 21-14. New ball game, plenty of time to go. Let's go Tigers.
All right. Wildcats, they get the ball back. They add 38-yard field goal, barely made it through the uprights, 24-14, 4 minutes left. We're still holding out hope because there's still a shot for the Tigers to take this.
Absolutely. And like you say, man, they kicked that field goal. Defense, again, was playing good ball. They kicked that field goal, and you talking about a game of inches. It barely made it over the uprights. But again, at this point, we're down 10. And, you know, we have to get a score, and we have to get 2 scores in order to win the game. But guess what? Our young men, and I just complimented them last night, I was so proud of how positive they were on the sideline. We had a great group of young men. They really believe. They know we have a good football team. They know we have a good football team, but we just got to find a way to win these close games. And it's 3 weeks in a row we've had some really, really close games, but we'll find a way. Our kids are still believing. They really trust the process, and we're going to find a way to get over the hump and win some of these close football games.
All right. We get the ball back, unsuccessful on the 4th down play. Wildcats get the ball back. They run the clock out, and that's going to be the game right there, 24-14. A tough game, tough offensive struggle, but the defense had some great moments as well. And as you say, though, You play as a team, you win as a team, you lose as a team. So altogether, they're feeling it. But you're feeling, again, that this next game that we have coming up, guys will be back, they'll be ready to roll.
Absolutely. And like I say, we met last night as a team, and, like I say, man, our kids are really believing. They know as a football team, you have to win on all three phases. There's offense, there's defense, there's special teams. And we have to be on all cylinders. And we have to win as a team, but ultimately, at the end of the day, we lose as a team. So we're getting it together. Our guys are understanding that their role and be the best at their role at whatever we try to do.
Again, defense played lights out. Offense had some sparks, but that defense, and you got to talk about Lupe Denales. This guy, 8 tackles, couple of sacks as well. We got to give him the Prisma Health Player of the Game right there.
Absolutely. Lou, man, I'll tell you what, he's a phenomenal football player. He plays with amazing energy, and we're glad that he's with us. He's an exceptional talent.
There it is, Lupe Denales. He is the Player of the Game, Prisma Health. We appreciate you and all you do on the gridiron. Right now, we're going to take a little break and come back with more of the Coach Chennis Berry Show, brought to you by New Creation Construction.
In our state, team rivalries run deep.
Sometimes our fans might not always agree.
But South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
It's time to come together off the field.
Together, we can beat COVID-19.
Vaccines are safe and effective.
And they're our best shot at victory.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Learn how to protect yourself and your family.
At scdhec.gov/vaxfacts.
Protect your family, your friends, your neighbors, the people who care for you. Save a life. Wear a mask.
Welcome back to the Coach Chennis Berry Show, all things Benedict College Football. And, it's brought to you by New Creation Construction. I want to thank them for helping to sponsor this show to make it possible for you to watch this as we get into it. And right now, Coach, we did defense a moment ago. Let's do this. Let's do the player spotlight of the game. And this is brought to you by Prisma Health as well. I think this game has got to be Brian McNeil, your center.
B-Mac, he's one of our seniors. He's an awesome leader for us, an awesome football player for us. We're glad to have him.
All right, here it is, Player Spotlight, brought to you by Prisma Health.
First off, I'm Brian McNeil. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I played high school football at Paul Robeson, pretty much in the heart of Inglewood, if you know what Chicago is. Pretty rough neighborhood to grow up in. Played linebacker, D-line, all my career, mostly. I played backup center in my junior year, but mostly linebacker, all-season linebacker, like number 50 in the state my senior year. How I got to Benedict, like one time I had got a call during a little ACT testing from Coach White, the old head coach, and was telling me that he still had a little open roster spot for me, but I'll be a preferred walk-on. So I came, did the tryouts, and then from the tryouts I went, they had asked me, can anybody snap the football while they was there, because it was no offensive lineman. So I said, yeah, Coach, I could snap. And from there, that's how I started my center career at Benedict College. I learned that our team in adversity, we come together and fight. But I love that my team keep fighting. Nobody be down. Everybody really still tries to get that big win at the end of the day. And I can always just live with that. Personal goals, just to really win SIAC champion. It'll mean the world to me. Seeing as my grad year, I'm in grad school, just be the world to me to win the SIAC championship. We gel pretty good together, offense, defense, special teams. We be flying around together. When we were coming in to camp, I noticed that the competition was at an all-time high. Like I never seen so many good talent just on one team battling for positions. Like the number one position was up for every single position. Like everybody had to play ball in the camp, man. That's when I think we all came together as a team, because the competition was so high. Like I have never been a part of a program like this. Coach Berry says it all the time. He runs a D2 like a D1 program. Like I said, coming out of high school, it was a dream of mine to always go D1. but, I fell short of that. So when Coach Berry came in, this is different, way different. And I love how his energy, he always bringing the juice, and he always motivating. Like, we always got some motivation. Even after losses, he sent messages about how we need to just basically focus on the next task is up. The gauntlet, we call ourselves the TG. We got a lot of young, talented people on the TG, even some mid, like juniors and sophomores as well. Zach, we got DJ, Striggles, Mitch, Bopel, me and Dunk, the only seniors, that won't come back next year. So I'm really excited to watch them boys when we come back. Anthony Crawley, all them boys gonna be like that. I'm Brian McNeil, and go Tigers.
It is the Coach Chennis Berry Show, brought to you by New Creation Construction. And right now we have to get set for our next game. Put this one behind us, move forward, got to play Miles. But on that note, they are the two-time defending SIAC champions. And they just lost to Albany State 31-3. And it's their homecoming game. So there's a lot on the line for these guys, but there's also a lot on the line for you. Now, put up 4. That's because your team, whenever we get into that fourth quarter, they put up 4. This is not for 4 losses in a row. It's for the 4th. You guys got to dig down deep and do what you do, Coach.
Dig deep. It doesn't get any easier. We're going to Birmingham, Alabama to play on a well-coached Miles College football team. Those guys they do a great job with Coach Ruffin and his team and his staff, and we have our hands full, but we'll be prepared, man. Our guys are resilient. They're ready to go. They've already got their mindset. We watch some film on Miles College. We see where they're strong at offensively, defensively, and special teams. And, we're ready for the challenge to go up to Birmingham, Alabama for their homecoming and go and try to win a football game. Fewest
penalties, also well-disciplined, as you mentioned. You guys got to play some great ball.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We have to go in. If we want this one, we got to go and get it. And our guys have the right mindset. We've already started the week off, watching film, going over scout reports, and things of that nature. So, they'll be ready to go. And we leave on this Friday and take our talents up to Birmingham, Alabama to see if we can come back 1-0.
Here's the thing, Coach, too. Not only is the team fired up and ready, but the fans have to be there, too. They don't understand how important you are to the players. Fans, you're so important to these players.
Absolutely.
You help boost their morale. You give them the energy and the whole 9 yards. You see them on the field when they're trying to get the crowd involved. It helps them. Mm-hmm. Tell them how important that is.
The juice. Bring the juice, man. We're all about the juice. And our band has been amazing. Our fan support have been really, really amazing. They travel. They're with us. And the 12th man is extremely important. So come join us. We need all the help we can get to help us try to get a win and bring it back to Columbia, South Carolina.
And when you come back, it's going to be October 16th, and you guys are getting set for Albany State at that game. We got homecoming coming up, but we have that game on the 16th, so we need you to grab some tickets. Benedict.edu, BenedictTigers.com. Get your tickets and come on out to Charlie W. Johnson Stadium on the 16th. But again, let's not skip over this one. We got a big one at Miles, and if you can make that travel to get there to be there with the Tigers, let's make it happen.
We need you, man. Go Tigers.
There it is. New Creation Construction, thank you so much for helping us do this with Coach Chennis Berry, your head coach for your football Tigers, as we get it in. We'll see you next week. We want to say thank you to our sponsors of the Chennis Berry Show, New Creation Construction, Prisma Health, Department of Health and Environmental Control, Lexington Medical Center, Advantage Sport and Fitness. Thank you for supporting Benedict College Athletics.